All right, so first one, they're not gonna be in no order, but I did used to carry this Chief Special 40 cal. This thing is, what is these? I want to say they're like 6 round mags, probably 840. Yeah, 840 cal rounds in here. And I used to carry this thing. Got a little scratched up, a little bit. The grip's a little worn on it. I tried to find some new grips, but it was kind of hard. Had a safety. But other than that, like an all steel frame. Long curved trigger. It is pretty heavy. But yeah, we used to carry this thing. Taurus G2C. When they first came out. I didn't have the other one like the Millennium or none of that. But I got this one. And it had what, a 12? I think these come with 10s and 12s. So this before I got into the red dots. So, and I didn't even have a flashlight at the time. So this was definitely one of the ones. I used to carry this thing every day, all the time. This one was actually the first Taurus 24/7 G2, chambered in 45. And I think this holds 12 rounds. Had a safety on it, ambi safety, ambi mag release. Took down like a Glock, but it's a what is that? A single action, dual action. That's the only thing I didn't like, but I didn't know that at the time when I first bought it. See, this first trigger pull is super long. Super long. So after that, the reset is short, but that first pull, and I didn't even know that. And I was carrying this, and I didn't know how the trigger was. I didn't shoot it before carrying. I got it like from Bud's gun shop or something. But my first gun I was carrying was a High Point 9. I don't have that, but then we had moved on to, it was a 9mm first. All right, so I actually had this gun. This was my second gun, but it was chambered in 9mm. So after the High Point, it was one of these in the 9mm. Then we went to that Taurus. Then we went back down to 40 cal, and I had got like 2 of these. This one you had to get a weird attachment to get a light on there. I believe 14 rounds of 40 cal. And then there was something you can do with the trigger, some extra spring you could take out. It's got a kind of a hard trigger pull too, but there was some little extra spring you could take out, and that'll take some pounds off the trigger. But this was before the red dots and the flashlights for me. Then the Taurus G3 came out, and this time it was more full size. Then you can get more rounds in here. So like 17. Still no red dots yet, but I did have flashlights about this time. Yeah, because I had a flashlight on the Taurus G2C. So I had just got into having the flashlights. So this one was nice too. Then we moved over to the Glock. This was my first one. Glock 19 Gen 5. And then we still didn't have no red dot or nothing, but we did have a flashlight. And we had the threaded barrel because we had like a muzzle brake on there. But we wasn't suppressing yet. But we had just started kind of customizing and getting to the Glock. And this was like the first one. Then by this time we started getting red dots, and then switched the trigger out on this, and then mag capacity, which this is only a 17, but the other one that comes with this is like a 22 or 24. And then after that's around this time, I know some other guns I skipped, but everything I started getting had to be optics ready and suppressor height sights, because by this time then I think I had a suppressor on the way. And so pretty much after that, everything I pretty much got and bought, everything I pretty much got and bought had to be optics ready. I just started liking the red dots a lot more. I still shoot guns, iron sights, but the red dots definitely come in handy. Get on shots faster. So pretty much there's gonna be some red dot and a light on my EDC. Pretty much. Even some that's not the EDC, we still gonna put a red dot on it. Well, we definitely skipped a few. But even some that's not in the rotation. But I did skip some too, because I did, once I left them Smith & Wesson 40s, this was my first 40 FN. So once I left them Smith & Wessons and got away from that Taurus 45, this one I used to carry a lot. And this was before the red dot too. But we did have a light on this. And this was, how many in here? Like 14. So it was a big upgrade from this 40. I felt like it was a bigger upgrade, more rounds, just more modern. So definitely from this was like 6 to 8 rounds. So that's pretty much what we was trying to do, get the most rounds and just get a more modern gun. Like I wish this did come with a optics ready, but they probably got something. I thought they would have did like a one of the 500 series, like the 509s and stuff with it, that'd take 40 cal, since they got the 10. I don't have a 10 right now, but stuff like that. I started with this 10 mil, and then once the 510 came out, I replaced that with that. The 45, I started with this, and then I replaced that with the 545. It holds 18 rounds. Then we got some other calibers in there, like 5.7. But we started with the Ruger one first. 22 Magnum. Started with this one, and then upgraded to the WMP. More, well, no, this not actually. This is less rounds, but it just runs more better than that one. That Kel-Tec. Well, that Kel-Tec got redone, so it runs a lot good, a lot better. But it don't run good enough for me to carry it as an EDC. I would carry the Walther WMP. I need to switch that out and get the one with the threaded barrel. Yeah, this is the 545 right here. One of my favorite 45. So this is definitely in the rotation. It's 18 rounds of 45. The 10 mil carries 22 rounds. But yeah, that's just, then there's some other guns too, like a 380 I was carrying for a minute. I don't see it in here. But I just recently updated that 380 with a bigger 380. I don't see it over here. All this stuff is just up in here. Where is that, the 380? No, that's a 30 super carry. So like 30 super carry, I like it. But I don't like this part. That's how this is too. I don't really like those. You gotta get used to them. Well, I had to get used to them because I be thinking about it too much. Some of this shit gonna get scratched, tossing it in like that. But yeah, this is my more updated 380. Only thing is missing, and they did have some versions with the optics ready, and they had one with like a gold barrel. But yeah, this, my other 380 was like 6 rounds, and this one is 15. So just over time. And it's actually, the other one is actually a Ruger too. It's the Ruger LCP, the little one. But yeah, that's mainly what I did. I just, as guns modernize, you can start getting more attachments and more round capacities and better triggers. That was the goal. But I do still carry just regular iron sights. But majority of the time I like to have a red dot. But I definitely gotta have a light on each one. Whatever I'm carrying, definitely gotta have a light. I see your motivation, I see your movement is in effect, and I fucking love that shit.